Silence upon your lives. But anyways, you just were. Go ahead and say that again. What now? It's okay. It is okay. All right. Well, we don't have anybody watching online just yet. It's going to take them a few minutes before they get on here, but we go ahead and get started for those who are watching this as a recording because they don't want to sit around and watch us U-Haul. So, anyway, anybody know any birthdays going on today?
Can't wait to hear this.
Well, I just wonder if y'all have any personal birthdays. Any people that you know? Oh, why did I do that? Any personal birthdays? Let me pull this up on my phone. Y'all don't have anybody in your family? Nobody that y'all know? Okay. Well, let me give you a few. Hey, Pat. Here's in fact, just honestly, it's a slow day today. It is Cleveland. Cleveland. Anyway. It's it's the kiss of mediocrity, kind of like the Falcons. Is what that's what it is. But anyway, okay. So on today, So like I said, it's a slow day today, but I'll give you what I got. So February the 7th, happy birthday in 1804. Some of you know. You've heard the name John Deere. So, yep, John Deere's birthday was today. He was born in Rutland, Vermont. Died in 1886. In fact, we've got a few folks that we're going to remember because of the companies that they started. This date in 1812, happy birthday to Charles Dickens. If you've ever seen A Christmas Carol. Of course, the George C. Scott one was the best one. Just got to throw that in there. But which I think, for the longest time, I thought that was the original one, but that was not the original one. It was the second one made, I believe. But anyway, also A Tale of Two Cities and other places. He was born in England on this date in 1812, died in 1870. 1867, Laura Ingalls Wilder. For those of you who watched Little House on the Prairie, yes, my wife would be mortified that I did not come straight out with that, but Laura Ingalls Wilder, she was born in Pepin, Wisconsin, died in 1957. 1919, Desmond Doss. Do y'all know who that is? There was a movie a few years ago called Hacksaw Ridge. Do y'all remember that? Yeah. Y'all remember the movie? Listen, that was such a good movie. I don't go to the movies a whole lot, but I went to the movies at least twice to see that. I may have gone a third time. I can't remember. Maybe that was Top Gun. Anyway, it was really, really a good movie. But Desmond Doss is who that's about. And today would have been his birthday. He was born in Lynchburg, Virginia on this date in 1919. Died just in 2006. But the big thing about him, the big claim to fame of his story, if you never saw the movie, he was the first conscientious objector to earn the Medal of Honor. So, pretty big deal. Great movie. Y'all need to go see the movie if you haven't seen it. On this date in 1962, happy birthday to Garth Brooks. So that means he is 62 years old. He was born on this date in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Turning 59 today, in 1965, was born Chris Rock. And in case you don't know Chris Rock from any of his comedies, he's the one who got slapped at the Oscars. So it's kind of terrible to be known for that. But anyway, Chris Rock, born on this date. He was born in Andrews, South Carolina, just up the street. And then for you Georgia fans, born in 1988 on this date, happy birthday to Matthew Stafford, 36 years old. He was born in Tampa, Florida. So, a couple of deaths on this date, and these are two of the people that you will know maybe by name. Tim, you'll appreciate this. I don't know about anybody else in here who would know music enough to know this, but on this date in 1871, Henry Steinway died. Does that ring a bell? Ring a bell to you? Yeah. Thought it would. Actually, he was German American, so his German name would have been Heinrich Steinweg. Steinweg. Yeah. But anyway, but he piano manufacturer. Some say it's the best pianos ever made or whatever. I guess that's a point of debate. Steinways. But anyway, he died at age 73. And then also another entrepreneur, I guess, who died on this date in 1938 would be Harvey Firestone. Of course, the tires. And he was 69 when he died. Just three things that happened on this date. I'm telling you, it's a slow news day. On this date in 1893, Vanderbilt University claims that they participated in the first ever organized intercollegiate basketball game against the YMCA of Nashville. I didn't consider that a college, but apparently it was back in the day. And what now? They won. Listen, they won 9-3. Yeah. So college basketball's come a little way since then. On this date in 1940, Walt Disney's second feature-length movie premieres in New York City. Can anybody tell me what that movie would have been? Second feature film. No, it wasn't Fantasia. Anybody? You know it quite well. No.
Okay, what year was it?
19. Yeah, don't be cheating. No, we're not Googling. 1940, it was Pinocchio. And I'm not lying. Anyway. Okay, good. All right, glad somebody's with me. And it's such a slow news day, and the Beatles were so popular that I'm actually going to bring out the fact on this date in 1965, George Harrison got his tonsils removed. So anyway, that's all the news we got for the day. All right. So I think y'all will sleep better tonight, personally. I think things will go better. Okay. Revelation. Fun times. Revelation chapter 5. We've got one more week in what some people who are doing a study of the book of Revelation or wanting a study of the book of Revelation, they are seeing it as just precursor to the real stuff. Because I don't say this flippantly, but all hell is going to break loose in chapter 6. And so that's kind of where people want to start. But we're getting a pretty good picture of what's happening in the cosmos before these things happen. In other words, we won't see these taking place here on earth, but you can bet your last dollar that these things are happening in another sphere, another realm, in the spiritual realm, right before things go nuts on the earth. And so, in my mind, it's hard in a 21st century for us to not think of this as just something that is mystical or symbolic. I don't know another word to use to describe it. But these things are happening in actuality just as much as what we're doing right now is happening in actuality. It's just in a different realm. That's all. And so there's this huge worship service that's taking place. We're not, like, it could be going on right now. We just don't know it. We're not privy to it here on earth because we don't know when. But that doesn't mean that it is not happening. There are things going on in Washington right now that you and I have no clue as to what's going on. But it might change. It might alter the course of history. We just don't know. And so the same kind of thing can be said about this. It's going to happen at some point. We just don't know when. So it's a huge worship service that is unfolding right in front of us. The worship has already begun, and then things got quiet, and there's this book that is presented. It's not a book like this, okay? It's not a book like pages like we have. The book is a scroll. That was the book that they had back then. Scroll rolled up on both sides, sealed with seals, and this one was sealed with 7 seals. And those 7 seals, as they are unfolded, as they are broken and unfold, those are declaring the judgments of God. And that is what chapters 6 through 19, that's every bit of what that's talking about. The unfolding of the judgment of God upon the earth. So, before that happens, though, we have this worship service. This book is presented, and it's like, who is worthy to to undo these scrolls. And it's like nobody. There was nobody, the Bible says, in heaven or on earth or under the earth. Nobody in the entire universe stepped forward to do anything, at least for a second. And there was a little bit of panic, involved in those seconds. I come to, when I'm coming down White Bluff and I'm getting ready to turn left onto my road, there's a way that I know that the light is about to turn green, the arrow is about to turn green for me. The going straight is already green, but the arrow to turn left is red. But there is a tip-off that I know when it's going to turn green. And so as soon as I see that tip-off, there's about a 2-second delay. As soon as I see that tip-off, I start going forward. And my wife says that every time I do it, it makes her stomach turn. Because it's like, what if it doesn't turn this time? But it turns every single time, and I turn on without breaking the law, okay? Because I never break the law when I drive. So it was that like second or two when you knew what was about to happen, you knew that there was somebody, but there was nobody to claim it for a second. And John just breaks down in this ugly cry, because if nobody steps forward, that means the entire earth is doomed, as it is now, to the rule of Satan. And so he's like, is this how it's going to be forever? Is there no hope? And finally, someone steps forward, and of course, we know that person. We looked at it online, or even if you're in this room and you